The capital city of Indonesia, Jakarta, one of the world's mostly heavily occupied cities, is sinking and has been vanishing into the ground for decades as of now. According to the specialist at Banteng Institute of Technology, over 95% of North Jakarta will be drowned by the year 2050. North Jakarta has fallen 2.5 meters in 10 years and it's still sinking at the rate up to 25 centimeters annually in certain areas, and over the twice of global average for coastal megacities. Jakarta is sliding at a rate of 1 to 15 centimeters each year, and nearly half of the state is currently under sea level. The following reasons are below, which caused the drowning so far, and it will continue to happen till it has been perished completely. Number 1. Climatic change. According to the experts, the climate change has been raised and it's expected to rise the risk by double, perhaps even more. Changing climate has melted 3 glacial zones in the earth, according to the reports. Antarctica in southern polar areas, Greenland in north, as well as the mountain range in the north. As a consequence, the sea level have risen and the seas have extended, placing coastal communities at higher risk. The issues of rising water were exacerbated by strong surges, cyclones, as well as waves brought on by climate change. Furthermore, Jakarta is frequently flooded as a result of severe rains from upstream or local rains. It's been regarded as world's fastest sinking metropolis, with 1/3 of city expected to be drowned by 2050 if current trends continue. Uncontrolled groundwater exploitation is the primary cause, which has been compounded by the expanding Java Sea as a result of climatic change. Number 2. Sinking land due to drinking water. According to World Economic Forum, it is among the world's rapidly vanishing cities. About half of the town is now submerged. The major cause of the city's sinking is the lack of enough water for the majority of population. The town does not lack fresh water. It receives 300 days of rain per year and 13 rivers flowing through it. The issue is that this water is not maintained, since regions that were formerly marshlands with mangroves have been covered in and built over to make way for retail malls, office and apartment buildings. Jakarta's wetlands have been converted to concrete jungles to the tune of 97%. According to experts, there are no green spots left in Jakarta. Rather than concrete areas, we need more woodlands and wetlands. The excess groundwater use leads the ground above it to fall, resulting in land subsidence, a phenomenon in which rock and spit pile up on top of one another. Number 3. Global warming. Coastal areas are being impacted by the sea level rise as a result of global warming. Thermal expansion as well as polar ice melting are the 2 factors that contribute to rising sea levels. The impact are exacerbated by the fact that all of the difficulties are present. Environmental disruption will make supplies more erratic as the urban population grows, increasing the water requirements. This will expand the groundwater exploitation even more. The solution. It's not just that the particular city, Jakarta, is sinking. However, the capital city is also highly polluted, overpopulated, risks running out of water, and it is prone to earthquakes. And also, the Indonesian government is planning to shift the capital city altogether to another city called Borneo. Nusantara, the new capital of Indonesia, which is to be inaugurated on 17th August 2024, coinciding with the Indonesian Independence Day. This particular city will replace the Jakarta as a national capital, a position the latter city has held since the country's independence in 1945. The site is situated on east coast of island of Borneo. The city is expected to encompass an area of 2,560 square kilometers, surrounded by hilly landscapes, a forest, as well as a natural bay. The construction began in July 2022, starting with the land clearing as well as the construction of access roads. The initial phase, known as the Government Central Area Zone, will comprise government offices, schools, as well as hospitals. In July 2022, 100,000 workers from across Indonesia were deployed to the Nusantara site. However, this decision drew criticism from local organizations for not adequately involving local workers. In response to these concerns, President Joko Widodo instructed the Nusantara Capital City Authority to increase the workforce to between 150,000 and 200,000 to ensure the participation of local workers in development of Nusantara. In April 2019, a 10-year plan to transfer all government offices to a new capital city was announced. The National Development Planning Ministry recommended the 3 provinces of South, Central as well as East Kalimantan, which Jokowi visited, given that each met the requirements for a new city capital, including being relatively free from earthquakes as well as volcanoes, along with allowing for a maritime port. The National Development Planning Ministry estimated the relocation cost to be $32.7 billion and that the government intended to cover 19% of the cost, the remainder coming mainly from public-private partnerships and direct investment by both state-owned enterprises as well as the private sector. At the same time, $40 billion will be allocated to saving Jakarta from sinking in the next decade, which also widely reported as the fundamental underlying cause for relocation of the capital. In early September 2021, the bill for capital relocation was completed. On 29 September 2021, the Jokowi administration submitted an omnibus bill for the capital relocation to the People's Representative Council. Nusantara Capital City Authority, a special agency responsible for the new capital as well as answering to the President. The new agency was granted ministry-like qualities in that the office holder would be appointed by the President but with a special governing capabilities akin to a provisional governor. It would also regulate how Capital Authority will manage its funding, taxation as well as assets. Design and Construction. The Ministry of Public Works and Public Housing organized a Capital City Design Contest in late 2019. The winner, Nusantara region, was officially announced on 23 December 2019. The government undertook to collaborate on the design of winning team with that of the second as well as third placed teams as well as international designers to sharpen the final design process up to 2020. Designers from at least 3 countries such as China, Japan as well as United States of America had offered to be involved in the design. The name which had been suggested about 3 months earlier is aligned with the winner's main concept. The city is designed for sustainability as well as protecting its surrounding Kalimantan forest, targeting 80% of mobility to be supported by public transport, cycling or walking, and drawing all of its energy from renewable resources as well as allocating 10% of its area to food production. Construction was delayed until after the COVID-19 vaccination campaign completed in March 2022. In March 2022, the ministry again organized a design contest for 4 structures, namely the Vice Presidential Palace, the Legislature's Office Complex, the Judiciary's Office Complex, as well as a complex set for public worship next to the Lake Pancasila, the critics of new capital of Indonesia. Home to only 3.7 million people, mineral-rich East Kalimantan is known for its jungle as well as orangutan population. The new city is a symbol of identity of nation as well as a new center of economic gravity. Critics argue the construction of new city in the East Kalimantan will lead to expansion of palm oil plantations. They also argue that the construction will lead to logging in an area rich in wildlife as well as lush rainforest. The indigenous people of Borneo say that their environment as well as culture could be endangered by the move. Now, comments below. Do you welcome the new capital city of Indonesia if you are an Indonesian resident? What special feature you expect in the new capital of Indonesia? Will you travel to Indonesia in 2024 for the inauguration if you are a foreigner? Comment below. Thank you for watching. See you next time.